Hey, what's up? It's Patrick Lovell, Truth Bomb, riffing the con. And I don't know when I'm going to drop this, but I might just use this kind of as a sort of go to, I don't know, hopefully electric current that zaps tens of millions of you to pull your head out of your ass, considering what it is that I'm bringing to you, what it is that who I am in context to everything that's going on. And I'm going to just make it short and simple. America, you're stupid. You're getting freaking played in every direction because your brain's rotted because you don't know which direction is up. Call it a lack of character, a lack of dignity, integrity, a lack of self-respect, a lack of courage, a lack of, sacking up to understand what your role is in 2024, given all of the challenges that we're in the midst of. And what we're in the midst of in 2024, the same problems that we've had for decades but you can't see the forest for the trees because the power has you by the short hairs. Donald Trump is running for president of the United States when that mofo should be going down the same path that P. Diddy is. A lot of people at the moment of this recording, and I don't even need to timestamp this because this is going to work for a little while until I somehow find a way to get tens of thousands of you to like, subscribe, and share Patrick Lovell. And I'll give you the shortcuts because obviously I've got, I don't know, I think I'm up to 400. In fact, let's take a look. Let's take a look right now. I'm going to go to YouTube and I'm going to go to however many truth bombs I have on Patrick Lovell Truth Bombs, the con, because I need to start referring to these as episodes. And I just got done with a walk. That's why I'm wearing my jacket. It's kind of unseasonably cold at this stage of the game. But before I went on a walk with my dogs, I recorded one of the most profound truth bombs that I've done throughout this entirety of this situation. And it looks to me like I'm up to this would be my 488th truth bomb or 489th truth bomb. My interview that I'm just going to drop featuring William K. Black and David K. Johnson is going to be my 488th truth bomb. Which is bringing you information that the entirety of this jitball chicken shit circus of idiotic media and idiocracy America can't see the forest through the freaking trees because we're all on crack. Crack is social media. Everybody's following, whatever the catnip of whatever's going on. And it's like, oh, wow. Everybody's like, holy shit, P. Diddy must have been up to some backdoor banging with some guys that have been in his place to do what? To have some leverage, to get people on camera, to be able to have some sort of, I don't know, monopoly of whatever his position was in the music industry and everything that's going to elicit. He's like, what, the Black Epstein and wherever that goes. And, whoever he's going to out and all of the different salacious sort of situations that have been, manifesting from this cat back to the 90s. I remember being a part of the Sundance Film Festival forever, and everybody in town knew when P. Diddy showed up and where his secret parties were. And I kept thinking to myself, I wonder what's going on there. Thinking all of the stuff that we're seeing play out left and right. But the question is, and the point of everything is, okay, so this guy's been after this 30 years, at least 20, okay? And all of a sudden, just shit's starting to hit the fan because what? The Home Division of Homeland Security decided to raid both of his houses at the same time. And then TMZ, and kudos to TMZ being the investigative journalists that they are to get the cameras inside P. Diddy's house to kind of get, what's going down. But it's like, oh, really? It's taken this long for this to shut this sort of situation down. And it's like, what? I mean, it probably could have been nailed decades ago, which is what I just discussed with David K. Johnson, the country and the world's foremost prolific expert in all things Donald Trump, who's not just a con. He's just a piece of crap worm that's just been third generation of freaking pimps. And his grandfather was a literal pimp, literally in the Yukon Territory in the Northwest in Seattle, off the boat from Germany, making bank, with gambling and everything else that goes with it. Because, see a need, fill a need. Kudos to you, Grandpa Trump, that led to all things that Donald Trump's dad was in the midst of, Fred Cup. I have to give Fred Trump some kudos. I just learned earlier from studying David K. Johnson that Fred Trump actually was building garages, like I think in his teenage years at the outset of the Model T. Hey, wow, how about a see a need, fill a need? So, the guy starts making money and everything else. But then eventually, as he moves through the process, winds up as a monopoly by basically extracting government contracts, which was socialism. To do what? To basically have all sorts of systemic racism in all of his apartment buildings throughout Queens and everything else that he made so much money by extracting money from the government, and then ultimately taught his son a lot of what he knew. But obviously, Donald Trump's such a moron that he didn't retain anything, and he just basically played the system, which was ultimately media, to be this mogul, and he kept losing money over and over and over. And the only reason he ever stayed at the highest level of, shall we say, our attention was because of media that thought it was funny. And now they played roulette with our democracy by basically elevating a chump stain of monumental proportions who's up to his eyeballs in fraud that the government's not taking down. Because why? Because SCOTUS is corrupt? Yeah. And then what? You have all of these different media sort of reactionary circuses to all things Trump, as if he's the guy that takes up all the oxygen, that the entirety of the United States is playing roulette with its democracy that could lead to fascism. And if you listen to me, you understand that I always say corruption births and fuels fascism. And my ultimate enemy is fascism. So yeah, I'm the guy leading the crusade to destroy corruption and the fascism that it fuels. Yeah, that's who Patrick Lovell is. But why would you listen to Patrick Lovell? Because I've got all of the answers. Do I walk on water? Am I the deliverer? Yeah, I am. I'll be honest with you. You bet your ass I am. Because the United States needs a leader who's got the cojones to be able to bitch slap this stuff left and right and fight for we the people. I need to galvanize tens of millions of you equipped with the freaking truth that we made for free because all you crackheads buy our lies. The American people, all the American people buy our lies. So we made the ultimate truth, which is really half of what I have, but it's really your gateway to salvation. And unlike Trump, who says he is the savior, no, what I'm delivering you is the savior. The truth is the savior of the corruption that all these predatory networks that operate just like P. Diddy and his crew in media to prevent what it is that I'm telling you from getting to the tens of millions that need to understand it. Because ultimately, the tens of millions of you are on this debt treadmill built with crack that's the ultimately roofing of the largest gang rape in history that came from financial terrorism. Do you have the law working for, of, by, and for the people? No, you do not. You have a country of, by, and for the corruption. Patrick Lovell is corruption's worst enemy. You want to compare? You want to compare? I already made comparisons to, like, and I have throughout. Am I the Messiah? Yeah, I'm leading an exodus against corruption. Am I, the Christ? I'm leading the resurrection of the American dream, happy Passover and Easter, which is the themes for all of these stuff. No, I'm a flesh and blood guy that just happens to have the goods, the right stuff, because I came from the right family and I came from a right generation. I had all the right DNA that taught me how to fight for liberty and justice for all and fight for, be courageous. That's who I am. That's what Americans have always been. That's what we have to get back to, because ultimately we've got to cleanse ourselves from this crack of being tools in the full circus and taken every which way to Sunday as if we're being taken for a joyride for other guys that are roofing us and gang raping us. Fuck that. I want to channel in our Ice Cube. Have you seen Ice Cube and also Suge Knight? These badasses from freaking South Central. You remember Straight Outta Compton and everything that elicits? Yeah, these badasses, Cube's like, dude, fucking P. Diddy was about this shit the whole time, and fuck that guy. That's what Cube's all about. Yeah. And by the way, you know who is ultimately playing in the same vein is Mr. Free Speech. Yeah. Free speech is like, yeah, you got a choice to come hang out at our parties before I give you the roofie. No, that's Elon Musk. Yeah, the ultimate, I'm going to just say weasel, who got me off of X last week. Because why? Because he did this. And I just said in an email thread or Twitter thread, hey, I'm going to punch you in the arm as hard as I can and laugh my ass off. Something completely innocent that got me in a violation of hate speech or inciting violence, when this, back in my generation, because I'm about the same age as Elon Musk, means that if someone looks at this for 3 seconds and they don't put their finger in the hole, sorry for the P. Diddy reference, or if I'm going to do this in the backside, P. Diddy reference, yeah, you get to punch the guy. Or if you don't, he punches you. And if you get it, you punch him. That was the game. And that's exactly what the bait and switch was from Mr. Elon Musk. But what does that mean about the analogy in terms of Mr. Free Speech, Elon Musk? No, it's not free speech. It's freedom of his billion-dollar apparatus to create propaganda to you know, amplify the messages of jitballs like Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson and Russell Brand and you name it, Jimmy Dore, blah, 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 blah. And then at the same time, turn down the volume on guys like Patrick Lovell, who's got the $71 trillion truth, and that is conservative, that reveals the largest criminal conspiracy and cover up in history that never ended, which is the financial system gang raping the United States. We're not up buying for the people, we're up buying for the corruption crackheads. I need to find people that aren't that way, people that know how to get shit done, people who know how to battle. You know what? If you want to, you want to see me get in the ring. Let's say you want to, you're not going to listen to me or actually give a damn about me unless I get in the ring and become some sort of gladiator. I'll say it right now to Joe Rogan and to Dana White, man. Hey, let's have the mother of all throwdowns between two middle-aged white guys, me and Tucker Carlson in the ring, and we'll see whose truth prevails. The hell, throw Elon Musk in there, or Vivek Ramaswamy, and Jimmy Dore at the same time, or I'll take them on one at a time, back to back, and we'll see who prevails. I bet I could take out every single one of those jokers. And yeah, I got the truth that can take, honestly, it's beyond comprehension because I must sound like such a crazy man to people who have no idea what I am. But ultimately, the United States federal government has entities that have budgets to the tune of $90 billion a year and have tens of thousands of employees that didn't deliver to you what it is that I'm delivering to you. Same with the media. The media is this circus of people that want to get, cover the 2024 presidential election as if it's a horse race, but and not the end of the world as we know it. No, there's no time to lose. And your boy Patrick Lovell, yeah, I'm willing to go the distance because that's what I do and that's who I am. And I know exactly what I have and what I'm up against, and you don't. Challenge me, find me, hate me, try to dismiss me. I don't care what you do. Because the truth, when you have the truth, you're bulletproof. And it's not rocket science, it's racketeering. So I need to find tens of millions of people to right now go to the con at www.thecon.tv. I'm a muckraking journalist. I put it together, which is the revelation of everything that shows you the blueprint of how this whole thing that works. But ultimately, it's 50% of what I have. Then go to, if you want to discover more about me, just Google The New Untouchables, which is a podcast that I did. And then, of course, I've got now what did I say? 488 truth bomb riffs that reveal this whole thing. Yeah, guys, listen to me. When the trade centers came down, we never answered who exactly did what and when. What is Saudi Arabia's role? Did they create it themselves? Did bin Laden do it himself? Did he do it with the help of the CIA? Did he do it with the help of the military industrial complex and financial entities that would benefit from 20 years of war to military contractors that maybe stemmed from, our first, what I would call Darth Vader, which was Vice President Dick Cheney. And Dick Cheney, the Darth Vader now is Larry Fink, who runs BlackRock. Who was BlackRock? Well, if you understand my truth bombs, you'll understand who I am. Oh yeah, and by the way, in terms of all these freaking nutbag guys that are bringing us their version of whatever their echo chamber is because they're getting paid by the billionaire right wing guys that are involved with Putin. Yeah, throw Russell Brand in the mix. And oh yeah, by the way, who was Robert F. Kennedy with his VP pick Nicole Shanahan? Oh, she's this 38-year-old goddess that actually was married to Sergey Brin for a couple of years, one of the richest men in the world, and then she apparently also had an affair with Elon Musk. Oh my God, that's her qualifications for being VP because she's attractive, she's pretty smart, and she's got buttloads of money. Yeah, that's who RFK is. And RFK doesn't even know the CIA killed my uncle, that the CIA, i.e. Sullivan and Cromwell, were involved with killing and murdering the American dream. You know who has those answers? Yeah, me. And then some. Yeah, I am the champion and I am the Pied Piper that is going to lead the revolution to purge corruption and destroy the tumor of it all, which is the cancer that has deceived and betrayed every single thing this country was born to be, and that our forefathers, whether it was the revolution of the United States, whether it was the Civil War, whether it was the battle over fascism in World War II, and then ultimately, the Civil Rights Movement and all of those sorts of things. If you believe in integrity, if you believe in injustice for all, you want to follow me. If everybody out there, you, me, and everyone you see who isn't a Nazi, who believes in integrity, decency, and sustainability and beauty and equality and all of those types of things, you will join me to create the clean new deal, which is another piece of how all of this whole thing works, which are the answers in the moving forward vision that we have to actually destroy everything that is destroying us. And I want to do that through a free movement where our purchasing power and the law actually do the work for us so we don't have to have a bloody revolution, which is ultimately what I'm offering you before it gets so bad or they destroy us, where we got to purge the fossil fuel, complex that's tied to the world's reserve currency as the dollar being the world's reserve currency and everything else that I've riffed on this whole time. And I could go on and on and on and on. And I just need to keep it this simple. People, there is no other choice. You have to share me. You have to discover me. You have to believe me. And that is if you believe in liberty and justice for all, if you believe in fairness, if you leave a country of by and for the people, then you have to follow me. We have to destroy the betrayal that has been destroying us. And it's all of media. It's all of our government through corruption and revolving door. There's two ways you can easily, bust this thing up once everybody has the information. We need a new Glass-Steagall now, and we need to end Citizens United now. Patrick Lovell is who you need to share. Hashtag Patrick Lovell. Hashtag the $71 trillion truth. Hashtag the Clean New Deal. Hashtag Exodus from corruption. Hashtag resurrect the American dream. And you can put in, you really want to understand how this whole thing works, literally where our mind is. Puff Daddy and Trump are just roofing because they learned it from our financial system. They're literally small players compared to the guys that I'm giving up on here. I'm giving you here. Okay. It's the people who run our country, and they've destroyed us. They've defiled the American dream. They've defiled everything this country is supposed to be about, because this is just what happens. It's called, you've got two columns of your soul. You've got character, integrity, and courage and dignity and decency versus hypocrisy, duplicity, and complicity. These are the snakes. These are the maggots. These are the betrayers of everything that is solid. If your ideology isn't aligned with your actions, you're in disarray. That's what's happened to our country. I'm all about being solid. If the guys that I really relate to are the ballers, the dudes who have always been on the field. If you were out missing this truth bomb when I first drop it, and you happen to see it on your feed because you were out mountain climbing or mountain biking or surfing or skiing or getting on it, yeah, good for you. Hopefully you'll catch up to this downstream, because you are the people that I need. The doers, the people who make shit happen, the people who know how to put things together, the people who know how to do things right, and who have courage and character and integrity and dignity. That's who I need. It's women, men, white, black, Jewish, Arab, Muslim. Everybody who believes in character and dignity have to join forces, and you have to march with me in unison. We have to create a tidal wave crusade to purge corruption and drown the fascism that it fuels. And the truth is your savior. I'm throwing you a lifeline of truth. You can find it at the Con, www.thecon.tv. You can find it at the New Untouchables. You can tap into one of my 488 truth bomb riffs and more to come, because I'm doubling down, man. I'm bringing it. I'm bringing it like you've never seen before anybody in history, because if there's anything worth fighting and dying for, and oh yeah, like I said, if you want the gladiator, I mean, this is like I said, throw me in the ring with the liars. Throw me in the ring with the liars. We'll see what comes out. I challenge all of them. And quite frankly, mainstream media is just as bad. And I've done truth bomb riffs on that. That's enough for now. Listen, man, rise, roar, revolt. When you've got the truth, you're bulletproof. This is rocket science. It's racketeering. This is the righteous grind. This is the clean new deal. When you've got, the power of the truth, you've got the power to take on evil and defeat it. Right. Let's see. Onwards and upwards. And what else do I want to say? Yeah, I don't know. That's good for now. Peace.